Hello, everybody. Welcome back to DND404. I am your DM, Tony, and joined with me today are the other three terrible, horrible candies I wouldn't want in my trick-or-treat bag. Fellas, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself, starting with the icky, yucky Jared.
What's going on, guys? Armos checking in. Yeah, I would have to say the worst candy there is. It's a tricolored, crappy thing. The candy corn. No, it's the worst. I hate it. If you get that, you're just like, man. All right, I hate it. What about you, Dan?
You're objectively right. It's not good. Hi, I'm Dan. I play Minas Pebblewalker, tiny little swarm keeper Minotaur Ranger. And if I was gonna be the worst ever candy, it would have to be Good and Plenty. Ugh.
You fucking son of a bitch. God damn it.
Yours?
Okay. God damn it. Give me a sec.
I just gotta say,
it's
I
terrible,
love
right?
when Dan he uses keywords when he agrees with somebody. He's like, you're just objectively right. Objectively. I just love the little keywords he throws in, you know? Makes it sound more official.
I'm also, really sick of always going last because I always get my fucking shit taken, dude. I always have to think on the fly.
Yeah. No, it's great.
My name is
I love
Alec. I play Drell the Ashborn. I actually really like candy corn. Don't at me. Try it now when you're older. You hated it when you were younger, but I promise you, if you tried it right now, you'd be like, okay, it's not that bad. Good and Plenty do suck. If you don't like Peeps, by the way, you can also fight me. Peeps are really good.
I like Peeps too.
I'm going to go with Whoppers, mainly because I had a really bad experience with them as a kid, and I fucking can't stand them anymore. I think they're gross, and when you bite into it, it's just empty. So I'm going to go
Either
with
empty
Whoppers.
or it tastes like chalk.
Yes.
Maltesers all the way.
I was really scared you guys were going to say one of my favorite candies, which is a very underrated, underappreciated candy.
Which is?
Snow caps.
I don't even know what that is.
What
so.
are
I like
those?
snow caps.
That's an East Coast thing, dude. They don't have that here on the West Coast.
Yeah. Hold on.
It's pretty much like not Hershey Kisses. They're like chocolate chips covered with like, I don't even know what it's like white sugar, but I don't even know what the white sugar is, to be honest with you. I don't know if it's like some super specific, but man, they are the best. Yeah, I guess so. They're just like, I love watching movies, like going to the movie theater. You get me one of those little overpriced boxes of snow caps.
Don't know what that is.
Yeah. You may have seen him at Goodwill, Alec. Here,
You may have. They're
99-cent store.
They're very underappreciated, underrated.
Don't make fun of my store. Run us down, Tony.
You know the deal. Before we give you the recap, we got to give you the rundown. And this week's rundown is brought to you by me. And what I'm going to shout out this week is our website. That's right. DND404.podbean.com. And you can find that link in any of our socials that we keep telling you to go to. It's in our little, link tree that we have, or our link tree that we have. I forget which site we use, but it's in our socials. And what that website can do is that it provides a service. It has all our episodes, all the platforms that we're available on. We have some news on there. That's how you get into the Discord on there. Any link that we constantly berate and shove in your face each week, it's all on there, baby. Right? And if you don't have any cool apps to listen to podcasts, no sweat. You can do it right from the website, and you don't need to pay anything. You don't need to pay those pesky fees to listen to our podcast because it's available for free on the website. DNDpod404.podbean.com. In our last session, Drell was acting all cool, chilling at the reservoir docks, dual fisting a couple of beers. And as fast as lightning, a thunderous wave, as an octopus tentacle reaches out and snatches up Drell and pulls him into the lake. And what should have been a fun session for the DM, me, the DM, turned into a complete fuckfest. Whereas the players proceeded to bully my undead juvenile kraken of like a ridiculous dumb CR. They should not have been able to kill this. I made it unkillable. It was for plot progression, and they destroyed it. How? With the help of the town, the Bloodshard bandits were able to not only fend off the undead juvenile kraken octopus, but Drell also decided to jump off a cliff with a fucking trident and slaying the lake beast. And the session came to a close with Minus having a nightcap with a sapphire dragonborn in her hotel room? Bard, play the intro. Let's get on with the show. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome to the world of Humbrea, featuring 3 first-time adventurers and 1 very patient DM. This is DND404. So we pick up at night, where the 3 of you are celebrating your victories from killing this giant undead octopus. Now, this octopus that you slain was indeed massive in size. It should have not been that big. You were then rewarded by Para that your sanely expensive room that Armos was going to pay for is now free for your stay.
Yes.
I got the money back though, right? Drell was giving the money.
You're not giving any money
Okay.
back just yet, but the money is going to be refunded to you.
I already took my money back.
Drell will make sure that he goes to the front desk and collects it for the group, obviously.
We are going to pick up this session the next morning, or depending on what you guys want to do, but I do want to finish off the night. Drell, you had a pretty fun night, a night that you can barely remember. You're riding on cloud 9 from your epic kill, slaying a massive lake beast with your cool ass trident. In your celebration, you also noticed another Goliath that was smitten and brazened by your accomplishments, and the 2 of you flexed into the night and fade to black as you 2 flexed the night away. But the last thing you do remember, and the reason why you don't remember the night as well as you may have thought, is because the last thing you remember hearing were some slight jazz notes.
Oh, fuck, not again.
Oh, God.
So that ends your night. Armos, seeing as Drell was taking a solo quest, you decided to retire back to your comped luxurious room, and you and Reginald decide to hit the head. And as your head hits the pillow, you open your eyes and you see that you have appeared in your pocket realm. The blood ocean waves crash below you. The stone pillar bridge is risen high in the sky. Red thunder cracks in the maroon sky and the looming blue moon leers over you. As you stare out to the blood sea, at the realization of where you are, your vision blackens as you turn around and a ruby red gauntlet grabs you by the top of your head, and in a sudden motion you are flung across the stone platform, landing prone, sliding to its edge. You turn around and towering over you is this massive figure with a presence unlike you've ever felt before. It's a tiefling, burning red skin and horns of a satyr, with a tail that rivals a dragon's in size. The tiefling before you is wearing nothing but a shoulder cloak that hides its gemstone gauntlet. He kneels and lowers himself to you, face to face, and in a distorted voice says,
We have an agreement. That understanding is it being honored on your side of the plains.
What understand? What? Bro, I've been doing everything. What understanding? By the way, you know, if you need to get me, like, there's better ways to do it than throw me around. Like, I was just trying to get some sleep. Dude, like, the first time I came here, I was like, whoa, this is cool. Now, I'm like, come on. Like, we gotta get...
He grabs you by your horn with this ruby red gauntlet, and you get a better look at this gemstone fist. And it's not a piece of armor he's wearing. His giant hand that looks like to be made up of blood shards. When he grabs your horn, he grabs it so tight that you feel it cracking with immense pressure. And he pulls you close.
Feed the Aquilus.
And squeezes harder.
Why feed them?
Who? What? Who's them? Dude, I'm giving you so...
As you go to speak, your horn is grasped within his palm, and he slams your head into the marble stone, and you awake in your bed, sweating with a heavy weight on your chest. At this moment, it's in the dead of night, and you have suffered 3 points of exhaustion.
What?
That heavy weight is Reginald sitting on your tummy, and he presents to you a handful of blood shards.
He must be satiated.
He nudges a handful of blood shards to you.
What? I'm so confused. I love blood shards. Why did we go through all that? My God, this is too much. Can you get off my chest? It's a little much right now.
He makes sure you grab the blood shards, and as you grab them, he then hops off, and you feel your bones ache as you're suffering from this exhaustion. What are you doing?
Well, I mean, I'm counting how many blood shards I got. I mean, because
There's about 6 or 7 of them.
ooh, 6 or 7. Like I can't count that much. I would be specifically. I'd be like 1.
There are 7 blood shards.
1 for you. 1 for me. Okay. I need to get that book. I'm looking around. I'm like limply looking for my good old book, and before I know it, it appears in my hand. 'Cause that's what it does.
It does just do that. It does just appears in your hand, closed, as the gem begins to glow as the presence of nearby blood shards. All right.
So I take all the, I lay the book on the ground, and I have Reginald help me grab the blood shards, and I have Reginald put one on there, seeing if it maybe has a different effect. And then
there isn't an effect, but he doesn't do anything. He waits for you to do it.
Yeah, that's what I thought. All right. And then I take them all in my hand and just jam them as hard as I can into
The book begins to absorb the blood shards, as they always do, where its energy dissolves the shard and it absorbs into in the book. And with that is where your night ends.
Do I still have exhaustion?
We'll find out tomorrow morning, bud.
Son of a...
Oh, man.
Menace, you went to Para's room because she gave you directions. And innocently enough, you went there without thinking. Para opens the door, and this Sapphire Dragonborn is wearing a silk nightgown. Shows off the scales just perfectly. And she pulls you into the room and shuts the door behind you. And that is where you know it left off. We're going to continue inside that room. And Para, as quick as she pulls you in, she locks the door. She looks through the peeping eyeglass to make sure nobody was there and you haven't been followed. Then she turns around and she goes, finally we can speak.
Yeah, got your message, lady.
I'm glad you did. Come over here. Come with me. And she walks into the room, and this room is beautiful. As the owner of this tavern, she has the best room with the best view. It is up on the 4th floor with you, and it has there is a giant bed in the middle of the room, which should be like the living area, but it looks like she made the living room area her bedroom, and the bedroom part of this suite looks to be closed off. Like you can kind of see the door's cracked open. This has a pink light in there, has these sweet smelling aromas. It's a little weird, but she brings you over to the main point of the room and she sits you down at the table, and then she pours out a couple of glasses of ale. And she slides one to you, and then she chugs one back, and then she pours another for herself. Thank you for meeting with me here, because now we can finally talk about some business.
Absolutely. As soon as I saw that note, I knew that business was in order. I brought my magnifying glass and my journal. Let's have a chat, shall we?
Absolutely. So, a friend of ours, a common friend, said you might be passing through here, and
Ooh, Kemi Joe?
I don't think I'm familiar with Kemi Joe.
Was it the snake?
Snake?
Must have been the snake.
I don't think it was a snake. I don't know any snakes. No?
Ulrich.
Never heard of him.
Oh my gosh. Was it that bugbear that we kind of had a thing back a few weeks ago, and we thought we could be friends, but we kind of I hit him in the nuts and then it didn't go so well? Was it that guy?
No, but I feel bad for that bugbear now. She goes, does the name Treyas ring a bell to you?
Treyas.
Over from the town of Dillmore?
Yeah. And Menace kind of gets up and he looks around. He looks out the window. He's like, I'm just making sure nobody's listening to us. Yeah. I I might be one of Atreus' best friends. What do you want?
So me and Atreus go back a ways, and
Me too. About a week and a half.
safely for time's sake, it's probably been about a solid 2 weeks have passed.
2 weeks
since you met him, yeah. So she goes, well, he sent me a message and that you might be stopping through with your companions and to give any aid, and well, he said that you're the perfect out-of-towners to request help from if should arise. And it just so happens that, well, if Atreus vouches for you, then I have to believe him and take his word on it. And I do have a request.
A request? What kind of request are we talking about?
I'm sure, as you might have known, it has to do with that lake beast that you so heroically beaten.
Oh, so do we, already complete the quest?
No, but it's just one of the many pieces of the puzzle that seems to be going on around here. And she takes another swig and she goes, I don't know if you are familiar with this part of town, but Lelouch, the owner of this land, is he's in a bit of trouble. And he's being held hostage, ransomed. He's being blackmailed by some Red Dawn cultist members.
Oh God. That's not good. On his own farm? Oh my.
It seems that in the days before, about a year ago, when it wasn't so illegal, Lelouch got wrapped up in selling blood shards on his own. And those who seek blood shards aren't the most savior of people, and he got mixed up with, some really bad ones. And the cultist member he got wrapped up with is actually pretty high up in the ranks. His name is Julius Kendrick. We believe that he's hiding out on the farm and he's using Lelouch and his renown to make citizens and workers of the farm overlook some things. He's getting away with some shady dealings and Lelouch is just looking the other way. Lelouch and the pastor of the Chapel of the Gatherer here are both succumbed to his whims. He threatened that if Lelouch or the pastor try to reveal their knowledge or whereabouts and locale, they will inform the Queen, and the Queen of Aramor is not very forgiving to anyone who's dealt with blood shards before or after the ban. And given the state and the importance of this farm and how it feeds and supplies all of South Trillis, well, if something would happen to Lelouch or the farm, well, it could affect all of South Trillis as we know it. So we need this problem handled eternally.
Oh, man. Well, gotta be honest, we're kind of, on vacation.
As many people are here. And she takes another drink.
But I will talk to the guys. I mean, listen, this farm has sent plenty of vegetables and crops and animals over to my tribe, so I would hate to see anything bad happen here because we'd be, I think, just about as screwed, so.
This question may sound silly, but are the three of you familiar with blood shards?
Yeah, why do you ask? No, maybe.
That lake beast that you fought, well,
yes.
It didn't just happen to wander here. Octopuses don't get that big. Not to mention just magically come alive. After getting a closer look, that is no doubt but deranged, as if necromancy isn't deranged alone. This was some empowered necromancy, and such power has to come from a serious source. There has to be a major source where this power could be harnessed from to summon a beast that strong. And we believe that, well, Julius, given his rank, we believe that somewhere within the farm, that there's a pylon. So when she says pylon, you start to put some pieces together. And it's like, well, what's a pylon? Somewhere within the farm, we don't know where it is yet, but Julius would need to know. He's harnessing the power of a pylon to raise the dead.
Oh, God. You mean kind of like what happened back in Dillmore?
Something like that, but there was no pylon in Dillmore. At least that's what Treyas has claimed since last we spoke, because...
Yeah, I've never even heard of the dang word, pylon. I mean, my friends, well, bullies rather, they piled on me all the time back home, but that must be different.
Sounds rough.
It was not the best time.
Imagine a pylon being an empowered blood or vein.
Oh.
It shares an immense pressure to it. It's massive in size. It's usually hidden away within a mountain.
Listen, I don't claim to know about these pylon things. Why don't you get to the point, all right? What do you want us to do? Because we're already kind of trying to figure things out around here. I mean, we just killed the dang thing. We're on our own adventure tomorrow. So what can we do to help? And I'll talk to the guys and see if I can wrangle them up and maybe, get to business.
We need you to take care of Julius Kendrick.
So just like find the guy?
Well, we need you to take care of him.
So like when you say take care of,
bring him to justice.
Beat him up?
I prefer if he was in the ground.
Like a prank, like we bury him so it's just his head?
Like dead. Slain. Like the octopus that you fought before.
I get goat flashbacks. Yeah, that's a possibility. I'll talk to the gang and we'll see if we can. Where would I find this jambalaya guy? Julius. Is that it?
Yes, his name is Julius. He's a lector of the Red Dawn cult, a leader. And we believe he's hiding somewhere within the ranch. And I believe Pastor Lero knows of his location. Now, we don't want to raise suspicion. At the end of the week, at the end of every week, there is a mass at the Chapel of the Gatherer where we go and praise our goddess for our harvest and bounties, and we thank her for all that she's given us here on the farm. And he holds a service, and I believe if you go to the service and then after the service, you speak to him, I believe he might be willing to help us.
All right. Well, I will consider everything you said, and maybe there is a way we can help. What Drell's gonna ask, so I gotta ask. What's in it for us? What's the reward?
What would a service like this be worth for you?
In Menace's head is just like friends. Hey. Axes.
We can do for a slain lector of the Red Dawn cult. And you get the context clue that lector is a ranking of someone who's higher up, like a captain, so to speak. We'll give you 10,000 gold.
He spits out all of his ale. He took a little sip and
Oh, sorry, is that too strong for you? She gets another glass and then pours out some blueberry wine and then passes it over. No, it's like, this is for our...
You know when you're expecting water, but then you drink orange juice. It was that kind of thing. Yeah, that's about our normal rate for lectorals. So when we take care of that lentil, you will be back for that. Yep. All right. You have a good night. And Menace like runs.
Wait.
Starts running.
She gets up and closes the door as you go to open it. And she goes, "There's just two more things." And then she gets like a little close and gets friendly again. She goes, "Well, here's the thing. There's a lot of eyes and ears on the farm. We don't know who's who. We have some suspicion, but just like Dillmore, there are people on the cover. I need you to do me a favor. I need you to lay low until the service."
Low. I am the best at laying low. So
enjoy the town. Enjoy the farm. Be a tourist. She gets closer to you and she goes, "Be a part. Blend in. If you don't do anything out of the ordinary, take your time. Figure out what your next move is. But wait until the service." And she goes, "And I apologize again for luring you to my room. However, to keep up appearances, you cannot leave until morning.
You got like a guest bedroom in here?
Well, you can use the couch as the other room is preoccupied. And then you hear a male's voice from the other end.
Oh.
Hey, Para, what's taking so long? Is that, who's out there? And you hear a very familiar voice.
Familiar voice. I
And
recognize
Para goes, you recognize it, but you can't put a name to it. And Para goes, oh, one second, Jack, I'll be right in there. And she looks back to you and she goes, well, I'm gonna need you to stay here for the night.
I fucking knew it.
to move aside. And I bust through the door.
Is that what you bust through the door? And in a pink glowy room on a round bed with a couple of mirrors, you see Jack, as you know him, Bosinki, like handcuffed. He goes, well, what is this? I didn't know you were bringing a cow. I said, I have one rule. He's in like just his bloomers, and he's like, I had one rule, no cow.
This guy doesn't like my kind, and I'm not even a cow. I'm a bull. I'm a bull, like a bull person. I don't know how to explain it.
Check. Listen. He's just a friend. All right. He's just spending the night because his room. We have to take care of his room. Okay. So he's just gonna hang out in the other room. He's not gonna get in between us. And she closes the door and she slowly pushes you out. And she goes,
Watching you, Jack. I'm watching you. I do the little like.
yeah, I'm watching you too. And he's doing like
he's
the eye thing too with his feet. Like he's trying to look at you. Like he's doing it.
Oh, I hate this.
With his toes.
I hate this. I'm not gonna get to sleep anytime soon.
Yeah. Well, I ain't getting to sleep anytime soon either. Trust me, but. And he raises his eyebrows at you.
What? Why? You guys playing like dragon chess?
She closes the door. Make it a little loud, but we need Julius taken care of. And we believe that he has access to one of these pylons. And I believe that pylon has a connection between the mutated beasts that we've been seeing around here. Like the octopus, the lake beast that you just fought. Talk to your companions. Come to a decision. My offer stands. Enjoy anything you see in my room. Help yourself to the mini bar. Everything is free. She walks away. She goes in the room. Some horrible, unmentionable sounds occur. Some hardcore dragon chess as that scene fades to black. And the last thing you hear while you're...
Why does he sound like a cockatrice? What is happening?
Just really weird laugh.
What, can I like inspect the room, I guess, before I go to bed?
As you inspect the room, it looks like a very fancy room, but you don't find anything of note here.
Okay.
Just a lot of like different... It looks very clean, but very lived in. And there's a lot of different types of alcohols, but like there's tons of this ale that they sell at the ranch. And you overhear noise coming from outside, and you hear like some citizens, some of the townsfolk partying into the night, be like, is that a mouse with the saxophone? And that's where your night ends.
Oh, God.
Morning comes and you leave the room. And you couldn't help but to overhear that Jack's last name in this scenario was Coitus with a K. Jack Coitus. So you go back.
He said that? He said that. I heard him say with a K.
Many times. You heard many weird things that you never wish to repeat.
I heard not much after I put the cotton swabs in my ears.
You go back to your room. Almost you awaken. You are no longer exhausted, but you are kind of shook from what you experienced last night. Drell, you come back to the room with a moderate hangover, but you're able to hold your liquor. It's probably because you were drunk as a mouse within the night. And you come back and you're just like walking off a headache. Minutes, do you relay the information that happened with Para?
Well, I almost forget to tell him all the important information as Armos and I are going off about Jack Bull Coitus.
Absolutely.
It was him, I swear.
I'm looking for him. I'm looking down every hall, wait till I find this guy.
Wait, that guy didn't die?
That's what I thought too, but no, he's alive and alive. He's alive.
I wanted to ask, did you want to take Para's advice and lay low until this service happens, or did you still want to take the tour?
Wait, wouldn't the tour still be laying low?
That is true. It would be, but I just want to know if you want to take the tour or not, because you guys wanted to see if what the goat was saying was true.
I think I think
Definitely
we're still
taking
planning on
the
taking the
tour.
tour. We bought the tickets.
The whole reason
can't
we're
go to
here
waste.
is to get the dang lantern stuff, not slay a damn giant squid, not do anything with some crazy dragon. But if we see Jack Bolsinki, that dude's going down. But we're here to get the dang lantern oil.
Wait, yeah, Menace, did you ask her about the lanterns or Bando Baris or anything?
I tried to, but she had some business to attend to.
In the middle of the night?
Honestly, I'm not sure, but there were a lot of like cockatrice noises and I don't know. Jack kept saying something about step on me, and they must have been practicing their fighting. So
The laughs echo through your head. Step on me.
All right. Yeah, no, but I think we still do the tour for sure.
oh, I'm ready to tour. You see, Minus has a fanny pack on now.
Okay, so it is the next day, and we're going to continue as normal. Fellas, the tour is in the afternoon. It's morning. You're eating breakfast. What do the three of you like to do?
I mean, I think Minus got up early to go look at the animals at the ranch.
So what you wanted to go to Lelouch's ranch?
Where the Buzzguzz has the bugs.
Yes. Minus would like to go to Buzzguzz Ranch. So you can do this before the tour starts. You have enough time to go there, look around, and then come back.
Yeah, sure.
I think at breakfast.
Yeah, why not? Gotta get that morning walk in.
Yeah, I was gonna take a quick jog over to the that Buzzguzz Ranch, get my calisthenics in and, kind of just see a little more of this place before we head over to our tour.
So the three of you eat a quick breakfast as you wake up early and head over to Buzzguzz Ranch to enjoy some of the sights and laying low, as Paris suggested. So you guys take a carriage over, and there's a bunch of people also going that way as they're sightseeing. Some people go towards Lelouch's Ranch while you walk over, as you ride over to Buzzguzz Ranch. And the environment quickly changes as the lush green trees and grass around you quickly turn to desertous mountains, small sandy hills, rocky plains. You don't see any buildings until the stagecoach driver says, "All right, here we go, Buzzguzz Ranch." And in between these sandy rock type mountains, you see an entrance, and the entrance is sand in color, and it looks like it's all everything looks like it's made of sandstone. All the buildings are actually huge tents that blend in with its landscape, and the environment itself is not that big. You could kind of see everything from a glance, but as you walk around, you see these holes in the ground, and you hear a lot of bug sounds, all these different types of bugs. And the closer you look, you see all these bugs camouflaged on the sandy rocks. Spiders, caterpillars, centipedes, bugs you've never seen before. Very exotic looking things. But you don't see any workers. You just see a bunch of tents. And then there is a large tent, and you hear one person inside, and he's buzzing.
I fucking hate bugs.
Oh, really? Oh, man, I grew up with
they're
bugs.
so gross.
Oh, what are you
Crawling
talking
all
about? Look
over
at that
me and
spider.
shit.
That spider looks majestic.
Yeah, no thanks. No thanks.
Trell, you look over, there's a sand spider on your shoulder. It is massive. It's a hairy tarantula.
Oh, I like this place. Arbos, was this what you were talking about with the bugs? The market? We were in the market.
Yeah.
Beirut was in the market for bugs. I'm not putting this in the suggestion box. It's not happening. It's not happening. This is gross. This is gross. I hate bugs.
There, come here, little buddy. I take the spider and kind of just put it back on the ground.
Push it.
What are you talking about? It's not doing any harm to you.
You look, there are no trees around. It is all just tall, thin spires around. And you go over to the main tent. And when you walk in, you see this giant chasm in the middle of the tent that looks like it goes down. It has all these pulleys going in, and the pulleys are lifting these large crates of supplies, and they're lowering it in. And you see one creature there that sticks out, and that creature is still a bug, but is actually a Thrycrin. A Thrycrin is a bug race. So you see a Thrycrin in the middle of this tent, and he has a tattered lab coat on. It looks very dirty, very dusty. It looks like a insect that stands on his hind legs with 4 arms with a very ant-like face. His eyes are beady and yellow, hunched over a table, and you see that there's this dead insect, an insect that you 3 have never seen before, and he looks like he's working on it, and he has like these big glasses on it. He's like zooming in. He does not notice that you're there. What are the 3 of you doing?
Killing it with fire?
As the 3 of you are looking at what's happening, a spider slowly lowers itself from the top of the tent next to this Thrycrin's ears. And you don't hear anything, but he looks up and he looks over and he goes, visitors. And he's still, 2 of his hands are still working on what he's doing, but the majority of his torso is facing you. He's like, hello, visitors. I've never seen you here before. How can I help you?
Oh, we were just kind of, I don't know, taking a look around, getting the lay of the land. Is this like a bug zoo? What is this?
It is Buzzguzz. I am Buzzguzz. Ranch, and all around me is Buzzguzz. Everything you see is Buzzguzz. That spider you see from the ceiling is Buzzguzz. The bug on the big man's shoulder is Buzzguzz.
Oh, fuck. Get it off.
Bro, just put it on your hand and just
Get
like
it
put it
off
on the
of
ground.
me, menace. I'm like running back and forth.
Oh, be careful, be careful. The ants, the worker ants below you are very precious to me. And it kind of hurts every time you kill a bug. I'm not gonna lie, we're connected. And he goes, zzz, and you see his antennas moving on the top of his head. How can Buzzguzz help you?
Oh, well, we were just gonna look around at all the bugs. I did realize my buddy here was afraid of them, but I just wanted to kind of look around.
How are you guys not afraid of them?
What's wrong about being afraid of bugs? And he hops over to Drell, and you hear him like clicking, and it sounds like his exoshell's constantly breaking like cracked knuckles, and he like looks up at you, Drell. He's very hunched over, and he has no pupils. It's just like big yellow bug eyes staring right up at you.
Where are your eyelids?
Oh, Buzzguzz don't blink. Buzzguzz always aware. Buzzguzz.
Drell's just like uncontrollably blinking over and over and over.
Well, this is Buzzguzz Ranch. I sell and buy exotic bugs.
All right. I think we've seen enough here. Do we need any bugs? I don't think we need any bugs, right?
Yeah, Menace, you ready to go? Cool, sounds good.
Right? Menace, you're good? You got everything you need?
I mean, I'm just gonna do a walk around, and then I'll head out.
Okay.
I'll meet you back.
Yeah. I'll
away
make
from
sure
this
Drell
place.
gets out of here with no problem. Ah! All right, we're going. We're out of here.
Buzzguzz goes, yes, look around. And the tent is rather big, but you can see that this is all there is to view. And Buzzguzz goes, well, mainly we just buy and farm bugs here, and that's all that Buzzguzz does. He studies. He's a scientist. He buys scientists.
Cool. All right. So if I need to know anything about bugs, you're the guy.
I am the bug.
Cool.
Buzzguzz, best bugs.
Do I see
You
any
like
like flying bugs around? Is it a variety?
Any type of bug you could think of. It's just like living and loving life here. There are some bugs behind cages, and one does stick out,
Okay.
and it looks like it's trying to get out of the cage.
So what does it look like?
It looks like a mix between a giant ant and a scarab. It has the same face of a Thrycrin a little bit, and it has massive antennas. And the closer you look at the cage is not made of any types of metal. It's made of wood, really high quality wood. And the netting around it, like what would be barbed wire, is actually like this very strong silk. And it's like trying to get out, and the net is holding it in place. It's bending, but it doesn't look like it's breaking through. And it's trying to eat it, but it's having no luck.
Say hi to it on my way out. I do kind of show Sid around though. I put Sid on my shoulder. I'm like, oh, Sid, look at it. Look at these flying bugs. Those are cool. What do you think of those flying ones?
Me? Sid looks at you and then looks back at the flying bug and then looks at you and starts to vibrate. He goes, bzzz, and he vibrates on your shoulder.
Sid? What was that?
And he's gyrating with you.
I start to look at all the other mini Sids all around.
And you look down and you realize you're a little bit taller as your feet are not touching the floor.
Sid, what is this? I look down 10 feet off the ground. What's happening?
You see Buzzguzz is now ahead of you and he has like these long, gross ant wings. And he's like, oh, Buzzguzz have buzzy flying buddy.
I think I got flying buddies now too. Oh my gosh, Sid, when did you get wings?
And he's just vibrating and you look closely and he has tiny bug wings.
Like just little tiny ones.
Little tiny bug wings. Menace, you have a new ability which allows you to levitate.
That's correct. It's ranger ability, Swarmkeeper ranger ability. Writhing Swarm, I think it's called.
Okay.
Where with a bonus action I can, for a whole minute, I get a flying speed of 10 feet.
Interesting.
We mess around, flying around for a bit, and on my way out, I do real quick cast Speak with Animals and go talk to that bug in the cage.
That bug looks at you and it doesn't really understand you. As you try to speak to it, you're starting to think that it's not a normal insect. No, there are no normal insects here, but the further you investigate it, try to speak with it, it definitely falls under the category of a monstrosity.
Oh.
And then Buzzguzz comes over and he goes, yes, a peculiar one we've been finding around here lately. Haven't really seen them around these parts before. Started, miners come across them every so often, but we've been seeing some more. I wonder if a nest was disturbed.
Oh, can you tell me more about this before I head out? What's its deal?
So we call this a rust bug.
Oh, God, Tony. If we run into rust bugs, I swear. Oh, rust bug. Oh, what does it do? Like what?
No metagaming, no.
I'm not.
Its favorite food is metal.
Oh man, so
iron.
like iron and metal. That's crazy. So be careful around these things with your metal objects. Gotcha.
Yes.
Do they have any weaknesses or anything else you can tell me about them?
No, they're just nuisance. They die pretty easy. They look worse than they are.
All right, good to know. Well, hey, pleasure meeting you. Happy ranching with your bugs here. I love the sand spiders, by the way. Absolutely beautiful.
Oh, yeah, it's my favorites.
Drell shivers somewhere off in the distance. Oh my god.
I pop back outside. I'm like, all right, guys, I saw what I need to saw. I kind of flew around a little bit. Sid can fly now.
What?
Yeah, Menace, you reconvened with Armos and Drell back at the carriage as the stagecoach comes around and picks up probably the first 3 tourists that Buzzguzz Ranch has ever seen in a while, and picks the 3 of you up, and you can continue back to where you're going.
After that, I'm gonna need a drink, and we're gonna go to Ice Brew again, and drink until it is time to.
Oh yeah, because it's close, right?
Yeah.
So the 3 of you hop on the stagecoach, and with Ice Brew Vineyards as your destination. About 30 minutes go by, and you make it to the vineyard, and you start seeing all the tourists start drinking early. It's getting closer to the afternoon. People are having like a brunch, bottomless ice brew mimosas, if you will, and you see all the older crowd getting amped.
Day drinking. I love it.
As you're day drinking, Menace, you look down and you see a goat. He goes, "Is the deed done, my friend?"
Well, I'm not speaking to animals. So.
My friend. Brah.
But it's the goat. I remember the goat, right?
Oh, it's the goat. Brah. Brah.
Yes, why is that goat just
Brah,
really
the deal.
looking at you?
The
Super
deal.
weird.
Brah.
I just lie. I just give him a nod and just lie.
Brah.
Like, yep, I did the thing.
You did. What? What'd you say this?
Good. And you see him walk away suspiciously.
Oh, I left some hay at his station yesterday.
When?
I went for a night walk after talking to my friend.
Oh, okay. All
Yep.
right. Well,
That
you
was
guys ready? Just acts like it's nothing.
Yep, let's go. All right, it's gonna be a good tour, guys.
So some time passes and you guys partake in some drinks and maybe you have some extra food and you start hearing, you hear a bell, a hand bell ring in the distance, and you see a line starts to form at the information booth where Armos bought you 3 tickets. And you hear a dwarf go, "On aboard, get ready for the tour of the Ice Blue Minions. If you don't have a ticket for today, you can always get one for tomorrow. Greatest tour in all of Lelouch's mine and vineyard." And you see people get up from their meals and from drinking, and they start to get online for the tour. And you see a couple of tour guides, and they all have like the big pin. It says, "I love touring," and those are all the tour guides, and they're all wearing the same outfit. They're like getting people ready to go.
Drell walks a little bit fast because he wants to be first in front of the crowd. It's not running, but it's obviously fast walking.
Taking advantage of his height, you know? Those long legs.
There are about 5 tour guides with you, and there's 2 in the front, 1 in the back, and then 1 on either side. And there's about a group of 20 people with you, mostly dwarves. And they look like older dwarves. They're here, they're drinking and having a good time, and they're just commenting on everything. And the tour begins. And the tour starts out, with the town. And the town part of the tour is a bit long as the tour guides start to explain on how the town works and what their main cause is and what they do to make money. And they talk about the family that owns this part of the ranch, and they say, yes, the Ice Blue Minions, owned by the Ice Blue family, which came all the way and traveled from the frigid north to settle down here to find the best mountains for the greatest blueberry ale that you are drinking today. These mountains that you see that shadowed over us produce some of the finest blueberries you have ever seen. And the tour guide shows one of the blueberries, and it's a massive blueberry. It looks like a blueberry and a rock had a baby, as it has a hard shell and it can fit into the palm of your hand. About an hour passes of that, and you guys finally reach the caves. And the cave has a overarching cave entrance, and there are several railroad tracks going in and out, and you see these dwarves pulling and pushing these giant mine carts full of these massive blueberries. And they all have miner's caps on, and you get to enter the caves. When you enter the caves, there is a sweet aroma, sweet smell of blueberries mixed with coal and salty sweat. All the tour guides take out this signature lantern that illuminates a nice soft blue. It looks like a souvenir lantern that you could probably buy at a gift shop. And this blue light accents the cave walls. There's these purple crystals that illuminate with the lantern really, really well, and the cave is very calming and pleasing to the eye. And you go deeper into the cave, and the tour starts to slow down to keep everybody together as the mines do twist and turn, and they swerve, and you guys are getting out of the way of mine carts that are hauling these massive blueberries. As the workers are passing by, they're handing a blueberry to some lucky few.
Can I reach out to grab one?
Absolutely. You snuff some kid and you take a blueberry.
Get the fuck out of my way. And I elbow him. It's like the grown guy at the baseball game that catches the fly ball over the kid.
This blueberry feels heavy like a small boulder. The cave design itself doesn't look like a normal mine that Minus you would be used to or Drell you would be used to. It looks like it was carved with the attention and detail of being looked at. And lastly, along these walls, as you get to the harvesting part of the cave, you see these massive blueberries hanging off the walls rather than being grown in the ground. And the roots are actually made of stone that are holding these giant blueberries. It's nature is defying physics growing these blueberries. It's very weird why and how these even exist, how something organic comes from stone. And then Sid goes, me, like me.
What's going on, Sid? What? What's up?
Me. Points to blueberry, points to Sid. Points to blueberry, points to Sid.
Oh. Yeah, I guess kind of looks like you. I walk over to one and like hold him next to a blueberry.
Something organic, which don't. So the tour guides begin to give a couple more quips and funny antics about, beer and the breweries, and everyone's laughing and having a good time. And then as the tour continues, you notice a tempo switch and an increase of tour guides, and they're routing the group a different direction as they veer a hard left. And you see a tour guide motioning people away from a cave entrance that doesn't look as nice or as clean as the rest. This is the cave entrance that you suspect the goat was talking about.
But it looks like we're gonna go past it.
They're motioning you past it. There's one tour guide's like, all right, this way, everybody, keep it going.
Then yeah, I try to fade. Like I want to kind of just fall back far enough where they think everyone already kept walking.
So there is a tour guide in the back of the group to prevent such things.
Uh-huh.
So what would you guys like to do as you're passing this cave entranceway?
I want to go in it.
So you're saying this 9-foot Drell is standing around dwarfs and then
I'm crouched, bro. I'm incognito.
While you're trying to linger back, you do notice that the tour guide that is like motioning everybody is stationed there. Doesn't look like it to be moving.
I got two ideas. First idea. You know how when there's like a spotlight and the light is facing towards someone, everything behind the light is invisible to like the human eye? I could set up some lights so that it creates that effect and we go around those lights and slide behind the guy. Or
second if we kill him. I'm just kidding.
Oh, I like the sound of that.
Or
Yeah, you always
I
like
could
that.
do a mage hand with my insects and distract him a bit.
Okay, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna have Menace cause a distraction. He's gonna act like a kid that's lost, and he's gonna run up to the guy and try to ask him to help find his parents. And then Armos and I will go back down the hallway. And then we'll just meet up with Menace later. That's our best option.
I'm going to give you guys 60 seconds to come up with an idea because we're pressing for time here. What are the three
We do
of
the
you
lost
doing?
child.
Okay, here we go. I shout to the guard as we're in the back of the group. Give me a distinctive thing on him.
So the guard is wearing the pin that says "I love touring," and he's wearing the same tour master's guide, and he sees he sees you, Armos, and he goes, please catch up. You don't want to get lost down here. Very confusing.
I grab Menace's journal and I'm like, hey, can you look at something real quick? And as he goes to look at the journal, I blind him.
He goes to look at a journal, and with your 23 to get his attention, you cast blindness. He rolled a 12 and he failed, and he is now blind. He goes, oh dear. And he's rubbing his eyes like, oh dear, what happened? Oh, who turned the lights out here? Who turned the lights? He's rubbing his eyes. Who turned the lights out? Wow, okay, listen, everybody follow the group. Somebody grab my hand, please. Somebody grab my hand. He's like crouched down. He's like looking for like the wall. He goes, hey, put my hand on the left side of the wall. Put my hand on the left side of the wall, please, so I know how to get out of here. Please. And
I grab his hand and give it to one of the other people in the group. Be like, here you go.
Oh, thank you. Okay. And he starts to walk away with the rest of the tour group, and this caveway is now yours to travel down.
We sneak away down the cave.
You walk down the caveway, and it goes for about 15-20 feet. And the darkness, this pathway is not illuminated. As the light fades behind you, the hallway is interrupted by a massive steel door. The steel door looks bolted into the sides of the mountain. The steel door is rather large. It's about 12 feet tall. Looks reinforced.
If only we had a way to get through metal.
Oh, God. God, I don't...
What happened, Miss?
No,
What, you had a good idea to get through this metal door?
I really didn't want to go back to that bug place this soon, but I might have a way to get through this door.
Well, you can look at the door, or you can try to open it, you know what I'm saying? You just saw a giant steel door.
Yeah.
Let's look at this door real quick, but if nothing else works, I have an idea. Yeah, can we inspect the door?
The door is locked. But as you investigate the door, everyone give me an investigation check.
It's my first roll of the episode. I'm feeling pretty good about this. Let me see.
12.
Investigation.
21.
12.
With a 21, you are looking at the door, and you see that it's very reinforced, but not reinforced in the way you think a door would be reinforced, like, to keep invaders out, right? As you're looking at the massive steel dwarven door, you see that there are steel plates welded in various spots. They don't look like patterns. There's no pattern or rhyme or reason to it. It just looks like it's covering perhaps damage done to it. When you look at the sides of the door, you notice that the door is bolted into the cave walls, but it has a rocky foundation.
Leave. Leave the podcast.
The door looks like it was put up hastily, but you see that where the door is drilled into the cave walls looked cracked.
And so the locking mechanism, is it on this side or is it on the other side?
It's on this side.
So it's like the external side, not the internal side of it.
Right.
All right.
Interesting.
I take my crowbar out of my pack and I just start wedging at it. Hey, give me a hand,
Armus,
Drell.
why don't you get in there and see if you can help?
Well, I think I got a crowbar, I think, in this bag somewhere.
Yeah, it would totally help, but I don't have one. I kind of move my giant slayer around to my back.
Can we see to the other side through the little keyhole?
Who's looking?
Me. I'm going to look.
You look through the keyhole, and you really have to focus through. Make me a perception check.
11.
With an 11, you look through and you don't really get much, and you really can't see through it because this door is really reinforced, but you manage to get some light as you see a brilliant red light. That's all you can get with an 11.
Gotcha.
I didn't want to have to do this, but it looks like it's going to be up to me. And I will go over and I'll help the gang try to use their crowbars, and I'll, try to wedge the locks or the frame on the side of me and try to break it.
Yeah, I'm trying to just push it away from the wall.
Give me an athletics check with advantage, Drell, as you're getting the help from Minas.
Oh, those were rough. 14 looks like all I was able to do.
That is not gonna do it. Despite all your strength, as you pull through, you realize you need just a little bit more strength to really break it away.
Yeah, see, it's the bugs. I didn't get the stretch this morning.
Hey, give me the crowbar. Let me try.
Oh, wait, here. I think I got an idea. I want to use the alchemy jug that I have and summon acid from it.
Oh.
Okay, the alchemy jug with the acid. Interesting.
Yeah, we should drizzle it around the edges, right?
Yeah, can we just pour it on the rod, like the rods that are nailing the frame into the wall?
So here's what's gonna happen. The acid will work to an extent. It's gonna lower the DC. But because this is your second time doing it, that's also going to impact your DC as well. So any strength check that you try to do on this door, you're going to have a -2 modifier to it.
What if I try it?
Yeah, you can try with normally, and the acid will bring down the DC of the door. You see, as you guys are talking about what you can do, you see Sid tapping you on your shoulder as he has an idea. And he's looking at you, and he looks like he's playing charades, and he's trying to drink something. He's like, glug, 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 meh, 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 glug, 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 meh.
What? What's your idea? I don't know what.
Sid points to you, and then makes a drinking motion, like meh, 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 and flexes and then and tries to open door.
I know what he's saying, but I don't want to use it right now. I want to save it.
What's he saying, Menace?
Does it seem like it'd be like really necessary to use it now?
Seems like as good as opportunity as any.
Well, we're having a predicament, Menace. I would hope you would use a way for us to do it.
I mean, hey, I was gonna save it, but Sid, if you want me to do it, I'll give it a shot. All right, Drell, move aside.
Okay.
All right.
And Sid points at both of you.
What?
Maybe if you guys share, you'll get the benefit for half the time.
And he like waves off Armos.
I'm not very good at this charade thing.
Menace, how can you not understand what this thing's saying? It's really confusing.
No, I get it. I just don't want to use the potion. All right, I'm gonna use the potion because I'll be bullied into using it.
All right, so.
All right, Drell, put that acid on real quick, and I'm gonna take a little sip of something over here.
All right, Armos, make yourself useful. Pour the acid on there while we get lumber. Can I get?
Wait, lumber?
Yeah, I gotta stretch it out.
You mean limber?
Limber.
That's what I said. I said lumber.
We're all saying the same thing. We're getting lamber.
We're literally saying the same thing.
I'm gonna get lamber over here. Okay.
Drell's getting lumber.
I'm gonna get my Lombard.
All right, I'm a little scared of this potion, Sid. I gotta be honest, but let's give it a little swig. Down the hatch.
The potion you just drank was acid. No, the potion you just drank was the potion of Hill Giant Strength. For 1 hour, your strength score is now 21.
Oh my God, Menace.
You see Sid looks like he has like an extra boulder added onto him. He's like, and he's mimicking
What the
what
fuck?
you're feeling.
Menace, what is this?
Oh, wow, something happened to me, guys. Wait, why do I sound different? I don't like this.
And Sid is running out.
All right, Drell, give me the crowbar, Drell. Let me give it a shot. I can barely lift my arms up above my head.
Oh my God.
Then as you walk over, as Armos, you pour the acid from the alchemy jug onto what you believe is the weak points of the door. Minas, go ahead and give me a athletics check with advantage as you and Drell try to pry open this door. Drell, you could also make the same roll.
And pull. It's a 19.
I got a 17.
You use the crowbar as you begin to make way. The acid begins to corrode at the rock and the steel beams as the door swings open on one of the hinges, and it is going to slam into the cave wall. I need you to make me a dexterity saving throw. Any one of you to try to catch the door before it slams and creates a giant echo and blows your cover.
It's a 16.
Yeah, you got this, Menace. I rolled 5.
Drell, you get knocked back off the sheer force that Menace is putting out as the door swings open as you fall, and as the door swings and about to hit the cave wall to make the loudest bang you ever heard, Menace just catches it without even looking as a reflex.
Great Scott.
Oh, wow, this is crazy, guys.
Menace, your glutes look fantastic.
Drell, is this how you feel 24/7?
I was gonna say, I'm like on my back looking on the backside of Menace, and he's just flexing the biggest glutes I've ever seen Menace flex before.
I've got an 8-pack on my back.
The red glow illuminates the hallway that you're in. As the steel door is removed, a room that is drastically different from the cave entrance. This room looks refined and decorated in pristine stone. The room looks like an entranceway to a fancy manor or an old castle. The room has marble columns at the other end of it. Between the two columns is a massive blood ore vein that is shining a brilliant red. However, the blood ore looks misplaced. The blood ore vein itself looks to have busted through the floor, damaging the decor around it. You can see the cracks and ripples throughout the foundation as it continues through the ceiling of the room. You instantly notice that this ore vein was not in the initial construction plan.
Oh, Drell, you're gonna have to hold Armos back.
I think you can do it, to be honest.
Oh yeah.
What the hell?
The room is not massive or anything. It's actually a smaller room, but the blood ore vein is rather big as it's bursting through the floor in between these two marble columns. It looks like it's blocking something. The size of the room is about 60 feet wide, but it cones inward. The room is shaped like a cone where the marble columns would be the points of the room. The shard is about 30 feet away from you.
Armos, don't do what I think you're gonna do. I think we officially need to start voting on whether or not Armos can absorb shit in his little book.
Armos.
Everyone say aye. Menace.
Armos.
Oh, you need me to say aye? Yeah, I agree.
What's the deal?
I know.
Hey,
Yo, what deal?
what deal are you talking about? When does my voice get back to normal? I hate this.
What deal are we talking about?
Just, I gotta smack that thing with my book and I start to run at it.
I try and grab him.
Yeah, me too.
Go ahead and make me a contested strength check, a raw strength roll to see if you can grapple.
Oh God.
You're gonna make a grapple check against Armos.
I got a 17.
You grab Armos. Armos, you have to give me a contested
God.
strength check to see if you can break free.
I got a 12.
I feel like I actually grab him with my legs, like WWE or WWF, and I do a somersault and grab him and pin him on the ground. Menace, you at least get the fluff ball. And I get Reginald.
Oh, Sid already took care of him.
So Armos, you run towards the blood ore vein, and Drell manages to catch you and restrains you back. And you're holding the tome, and the tome is lit up as it is reacting to the shard before you. As you guys are holding Armos, go ahead and make me a perception check.
Want to see all those monsters that are riding on the gem?
Yeah, I was gonna say, we can kind of see him already.
Unnatural 20.
An unnatural 20. So, a little side note here. I put them on the wrong layer on accident. My bad.
I knew it.
Yep.
Forgot to put him on the DM layer.
What are those bugs all over the giant blood shard?
As you get closer to the giant blood shard, Menace, with an unnatural 20, you see that these giant bugs were masked and hiding within the shard's glow. And these bugs look about 1 to 2 feet tall. And huge, massive antennas with massive pincers, 4 giant legs. Everyone roll me initiative.
Fucking
boy.
8 bugs. 13.
I was close to you, Drell, but I was 14 this time.
2.
Oh God, I saw this bug at the Buzz Ranch.
Wait, you saw
You
this
see
one?
these hairy bugs about 1 to 2 feet big with fuzzy antennas, long, fin-like tails scattered all over this massive blood shard.
Yep, I'm out. And I turn around.
Menace, these are indeed the same rust bugs that you saw at Buzzguz Ranch.
God damn.
Oh. Which, that's what the patching is. Okay.
These rust monsters begin to skitter towards you, and that is where we're going to end this week's session.
You gotta capture one of these things alive and sell it to that weirdo.
Oh wait, that's actually a great idea, Drell.
Yeah.
Flex.
What a good sew, dude.
Ooh. Oh, man, we...
What a sod.
Got in it.
I was... Okay, I got to be honest. I didn't expect Menace to go to Buzzguz Ranch, and I'm like, this is a perfect way to foreshadow what they're about to see. This is amazing.
I thought you literally switched it.
Oh, the monsters.
Yeah, the monster that was in there.
No. I had this planned from the start. I was like, oh shit, he's gonna go to Buzzguz. He would definitely have one of these.
That's after show material.
Yeah.
Am I right?
On Patreon.
Yeah, patreon.com/DND404. Be there or be
A rust bug.
A
a
buzz
rust
guys.
bug. That's
Oh,
right.
listen. Remember when I said I was going to get revenge for killing my giant octopus so easily? Well,
Looking at the number of these, yeah, I'm not excited.
Good thing I
counted.
used my bare fucking hands.
you counted 16 rust monsters scattered along the
Yeah, I can
giant blood
count. I know how to
organ.
count. DM. Thanks.
Can you count?
Oh,
Nice.
so many.
Ugh. What a good episode. I love episodes where we get a lot of knowledge.
We
It's
got a
probably-
lot of info.
Yeah, a lot of info.
And we're going to talk about all that info on the after show. Guys,
That's right.
We have an after show on our Patreon. You can find that link down below. You can listen to all our after shows and funny hijinks and hoodwinks that we do in the background. It's some deleted scenes. Go over there to our Patreon.
Again, that's patreon.com/DND, the letters, and then followed by 3 numbers 404. Patreon.com/DND404. We're about to release some juicy secrets, so be there.
And we'll see you next time. Say bye, everybody.
Later.
Pray for us. Now it's time to thank our Patreon supporters, starting with the Sidget College alumni. First up is Ulrich Shieldust, who's just created the Chet Foundation to help teach inner city kids how to play music. Between that and his smithing work, Ulrich hasn't had time to do much else. However, he was approached by a giant snake recently who seemed lost. It slithered up to Ulrich with nothing but a crude drawing of a boulder, a hunk of ivory, and village houses. He didn't know what that snake wanted, but fit him with a nice metal helmet. Artemis, head RA of the Alchemist Dormitory, has been awarded Employee of the Month over at the Sidget College. He has broken various records such as longest time gone without accidents and most students disciplined within their first month of work. Artemis is dealing with some controversy, however, after a reporter published statements from various students saying things like, "The new RA threatened to break my kneecaps if I was caught out after curfew again." But that's probably nothing more than libel. Do you know what Alara Dawnstar is doing right now? Neither do we, because monks of the astral cranes of the Copper Mountains ain't no snitches. Rumors have made it around that she is one of the most powerful monks in her division, at her age, in her weight class on this side of the mountain. Someone told me recently they saw Alara riding a 4-headed hydra in the Kambuki Isles, but that can't be true. That multi-headed hydra is nothing more than a story told to scare children. Right? Marcus Rico, shameful alumni of the Sidget College, was caught stealing candy from a baby. Again. Lord Baron has sent many guards after the man and has promised mothers all over that their candy will remain safe moving forward. But Marcus Sweet Tooth knows no bounds. What will he get up to next? And now it's time for Humbrea's heroes. Alex Dredd is still searching for that Hydra, but got sidetracked helping 20 grandmothers cross a busy road. What a noble guy. Man with Glass has decided to represent himself in the upcoming trial after stealing alchemy supplies from the Sidget College. Perhaps he should plead psychic damage. Pascal Elliott, aka Charcoal Darts, was almost finished with her mural in the city of Dillmore, but requested 2 more weeks to get Trace Buge's armor just right. That'll do it this week for our Patreon subscribers. If you'd like to hear your name shouted out here with your own unique little story, why don't you go on over to patreon.com/DND404 and join the crew. See you next time, everybody.